Hi, my name's Ronika Powell. Welcome to Soulful Warrior Collective. Thank you for joining me today for this short session, which is all about the digestive system. So I myself have had issues with digestion. I had SIBO, which can reoccur at any moment, and it's very hard to sort of balance diet and movement and all of these things so that you have a nice healthy gut, which is so important for immune system, for your well-being. It can be seen in lots of things, in your skin. So moving is really key, but moving well and helping yourself to just kind of aid the digestion. And as always, it begins with breath. That breath is so important. Breathing deep in this belly breath and finding a way to calm down, to rest and digest, to relax the nervous system. You have the vagus nerve all the way through here. So you want to start this movement, this nice, deep, slow movement so that everything connects. Your parasympathetic nervous system is stimulated so that you have this calmness. And that calmness in turn helps with any of this digestion, because this is the real area where we hold a lot of stress and tension. And that stress and tension really kind of like holds everything in, and we want to get things moving. We want to get that peristalsis activated, that sound that you hear, that gurgling, that means there's movement. That's a good thing in the stomach. So we want all of this to kind of start so that we can find that balance and allow our digestive system to do what it does best. So breathing, I'm sitting in easy pose, you can lie down, any of these things, but starting with this breath, this inhaling deep into the belly, this diaphragmatic belly breathing, so allowing a natural expansion of the belly on the inhale through the nose, deep into the belly, rib cage expands, this 360 activation, and then maybe holding, so a count of 4 and holding for 2, and then on the exhale, starting at that root, count down from 6. So there's a slower exhale than there is an inhale. And that aids that calming down, and we're releasing and activating through the body. So let's do that together. Let's inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for 2. 1, 2, and exhale for 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2. 1, 2. Exhale for 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 2, 1, 2, exhale for 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and make sure all of that release has happened. Now you can exhale through the nose or through the mouth, but make it a nice, slow, controlled, and already just feel all the feels. I myself can feel a wave of calmness, and if there are none of those sensations, that's okay. This is a practice. There'll be days when you fully connect, and there'll be days when it's just a little bit harder. But the idea is to try and get that breathing in, and I understand that when you have a lot of gas and bloat, it is harder to do that full breathing. So just try and work with it as best you can so that you start this lovely wave through the body, which starts to just move everything nicely. That breath, the belly moving, it all aids in the process of getting the digestive process moving along. And now if you're in easy pose, then let's come out of easy pose and come down onto our backs, nice and slowly and relaxed. Take everything nice and slowly. And maybe you're already on your back, so just stay here for a moment. But sometimes it's nice, especially when you have a full stomach, to just lie down and feel like the ground is supporting you and you can melt in. So Lying on your back doing that same breathing is a wonderful thing. Let a little bit of space with the heels away from the glutes so you're not too compressed and cramped up. Just take them away. And I like to actually place my hands on the belly, something we don't do very often because, well, for many, many reasons, but it's nice when you want to really feel that physical connection. It can help your mind go to the place that the focus and flow should be. So placing your hands on your belly, let's find that breathing again. So inhale, let the belly expand into the belly, and exhale, feel that deflation and releasing through the body, really releasing, everything melting. So let's do 3 of those with the counts again. So on the count, 4 in, 2 hold, 6 out. So let's go, nice and slow. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold there for 2, 1 and 2, release for 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 2, 1, 2, exhale for 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, inhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 2, 1, 2, exhale for 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let any extra out. Just, it's amazing how there can still be breath that's held in there, so really let that all go. Bring your arms to the side and take your feet a little wider than hip, and just do a very easy, gentle windshield wiper. And just let the knees go side to side very gently. Just a nice little side to side action. Keeping that movement through the body, reminding the body to keep on moving internally. And then come into center. And then bring your knees over your hips. And then place your hands on your knees for a moment here. And just ease your legs. So the tailbone is still on the ground. There's a lengthening through the back. And just easing your knees towards your chest, just very gently. This wind pose, very aptly named, very good for just helping that digestive process activate, which is what this is all about. Maybe a little side to side movement. Remind yourself that you're connected to the earth and keep breathing. So that breath, like I said, I know it can be uncomfortable to do that breathing if you're in full flared up bloating gas mode, but just do the best you can with the inflations and the deflations and the counting, and just really think about that movement. And now place your hands on your right, bring your left foot down, sole of the foot, and if you can, extend that leg out and just ease the right side in. So again, this is still part of the wind pose. And keeping that breath going, either out the mouth or out the nose, but releasing, getting a nice wave and stimulation through the body. Draw the left leg in, bring the left leg up for a moment, find that neutral position, and then bring the right foot down and then extend the right leg out. And again, ease that left leg in so the breath is continuing. Just focusing in a little bit more one side and then isolating each side. And then drawing the right leg in and finding that neutral space and taking a little inhale and an exhale. Bring both feet onto the ground. And then just bring your arms to the side. Lift up through the hips by pushing down through the heels and take those hips over an inch, just a little bit over to the left. And then let the right knees come over to the side. If this feels a bit too much, you can always place a prop, a block under here. You can place a block between your legs too. Or you can just have a little bit more ease. Find something that works here so that you have this nice ringing out through the center here, and then you can open up through the shoulders. Left shoulder is down if you're over to the right, and you can look straight up, or you can look over your left shoulder for a little extra, but you're breathing in through here and getting this twisting action through the digestive process, really trying to stimulate some movement there. And breathing, like I said, there are many options, a block, a prop, if that feels too much. You want this to be gentle. You're not over stretching anything or overextending here. You're just getting a little action through this midsection to just ring out, get things moving and stimulated, and then come back through center. When you're back through center, lift up, find that neutral place first and foremost, and then from here you can push through the heels, take the hips over just a little bit, about an inch, and then let them naturally fall over to the side. Again, you can move that prop over, find something that's comfortable. You can take that right leg here or let that be more of a staggered, and open your arms. If that feels nice, you can place your hands on your belly. Something that works, you can turn your head for a little neck release too here. But continuing with that breath and letting the flow. Sometimes when we get into a little bit more of a challenging pose, we hold on to that breath. What we really want to do is find that breath and let that be the activator through our body, and then move through these poses, because it all begins with this breath, this movement. And take your time here, and then when you feel ready, come back into center. You can bring your hands to the side, and then just a little lift of the hips to find that neutral place again. Maybe just push your thighs away for a moment, just for a moment, feel a little space. And then take your knees over to the right, and then bring yourself up, all the way up, and then all the way round into all fours, tabletop. So first things first, let's think about our positioning here. Push down through the fingertips. I like to just tap them all down and then feel that sensation and the ring of the palm. So you have this nice pushing into the earth. You can feel that. Then you feel the forearms fire up and support rather than weight on the wrists and the joints. So moving our shoulders back. The temptation is to come all the way over here, and you can even see visually that the creases in your wrist really condense there. So you want space in those wrists. Give yourself space to move around a little bit here. So we're going to slide back now that we have our position, head in line, tops of the toes into the mat, tops of the feet rather into the mat and the toes. And then ease ourselves back. So bending the elbows, pushing the hands in, sliding those hips back, inhaling, filling that belly. On the exhale, now that we've created all this space and preparation, we can exhale by pushing into the earth, lifting up through that core that we have now worked nicely, and then a nice space in the back. So as you inhale, you slide down as one whole unit, bending the elbows, sliding those hips back. And like a cat pouncing, you come forward, and then you push into the earth. And from there, rising, lifting the core, waving through the body, and then breathing into the back of the shoulder blades, doming at the top of the spine there. And then inhale, sliding back. So keeping this breath going. I'm talking, but you're concentrating on that breath and the movement. Really enjoy the movement, nice and slow and controlled. So feel everything push into the earth, and then from there, There's this nice rise through the body. And then a doming there. And then find this nice neutral space here. Take a little few hip circles. Keep a nice softness in the elbows. Just a little circling through the hips one way and the other. And then come back and sit into a nice child's pose. So ease those hips back. Come onto the forearms for a moment and just find a wave through the body. So it's like a modified child's pose, a higher child's pose. You can always put a block between your feet here and sit on that block so the hips are a bit higher if it's not feeling comfortable to come all the way back. And now from here, again, you can also have a prop here in front of you. I love a good prop. Use them when you can. They can do some wonderful things. So bringing the prop here elevates the ground up, and then you can rest your forehead. You can also bring two fists and find a position here, which can be lovely. And this gives this opportunity to feel the belly inflate and deflate in between the thighs here. I'm going to use my fists here because it feels really nice. And breathing through the body. Again, you can come all the way down and bring your forehead onto the ground and extend the arms. And breathe this way. You can also come up a little higher. And you'll still feel that expansion, inflation into the sides of the inner thighs, and then the drawing away, the releasing on the exhale. When you're ready, inhale and then exhale, just engaging that core slightly, come all the way up and bring yourself onto all fours. And very slowly come up. Place your right foot in front, maybe bring your hand to the side and come into a nice low lunge. Now from here, position yourself. First things first, I like to go back and forward just a little bit, finding that center point. So pushing into the heel, pushing into the toe. There's a nice wide foundation, train tracks rather than a tightrope. Set yourself up for success there. Come in and back. And now from here, inhale, extend a little bit, and then exhale, start to lift through the core and just come up a little bit on the thigh. So you're pushing that thigh down and you feel that space and that a nice bit of space. So sometimes when you're really inflated and bloated, there feels like there's not much space in the front body. So make a little space here, hip flexor, and then come down back onto the ground. From here with the left hand down, because the right foot is in front, so opposite here, you inhale, open just for a moment. Nice expanded, and you can just move back a bit here, just getting a nice opening, and then come all the way down, just a little back and forth, and come back into that child's pose. Now you can always fold the mat up if it's hard on that knee that's on the ground, or you can place a blanket underneath the knee. Just take a little sway here, and then come up. Bring your hands forward, bring your left foot in front. So you can fold the edge of the mat up for double layer. You can grab a little blanket here. Each knee is different too, each side is different. So find something that makes that knee nice and comfortable. Go back and forward. So pressing through the heel and the sole of the foot, you can feel an engagement through the leg. You're finding that nice center point. And from here, inhale, exhale, lift through the core, and use your hands up your thigh here as you ease it away, and you'll feel this lift. And wave all the way up so you're over those hips and feeling that nice opening and lengthening through the front body. Like I said, sometimes it gets very crunched up when we're bloated, so we want to find this nice lengthening here. Take a moment and then come back down. So placing the right hand down with the left foot forward. I like a nice tented finger. And then from here, from the ground, so you've got this nice central place, you can lift up and open in this kind of open twisting. So keeping the hips where they are, and you're opening through the heart and the chest, and you're opening up here. It's just a little bit more a step up from where we were earlier, opening through the chest in that supine position. Come all the way down. A nice little wiggle back and forth. Plant the hands down firmly. Draw the foot back and then find that child's pose again and take a little wave. From here, tented fingers, lifting up through the core, come all the way up. And then bring your feet to the side and come all the way round, back onto the belly. So we've had the calming, we've had a little stimulation, a little wringing out, and then come all the way down as we move back into a nice, slow, relaxed position. Bring those knees back over the hips and then ease those knees in, back into that wind pose. And now from here, a nice happy baby. So with the tailbone attached to the ground, head nicely on the ground, a nice space in the neck, chin in a good position here, so not too far down or back. And then bring the legs out so they're nice and bent. And first of all, feel that. Maybe just take a little roll and you can feel that tailbone lengthening and across that pelvic floor. So we're right here. Now there's options. You can hold onto the back of the thighs. You can hold onto the shins. You can come into a peace hook here over the big toe. But the important part is that foundation, right? So you're not lifting up that pelvis, the tailbone, everything is nicely grounded. And then from there you can extend. So find something that works for you. You can grab the outside, the inside. And then from there, just find that breath if you've lost it and find a release. So you can go side to side here, providing that the tailbone is on the ground and the pelvic floor is nicely positioned. And just take a little rock and a little ease and allow the legs to naturally sort of descend down here. Like wind pose, this is just easing through the body, encouraging movement for the digestive system, which is so important. Breathing here, drinking lots of water, another way to really flush out and allow anything that's congested or blocking to move through. A nice warm cup of herbal tea is also great. So keep breathing here. And then gently you can bring those palms, the soles of the feet together and bring your hands to the outside and just take a wider moment here, like an open butterfly. So if you bring your hands through the inside onto the shins there and let everything come out just gently. Again, you can take a little rock here, getting space through that body, and then draw everything in. And bring those legs back towards you, back into that wind pose. And then slowly one sole down, then the other. Bring the feet out. I like to take a little windshield wiper. And this time place the hands on this lower belly area. Just gently allow some gentle stroking as the body moves. You're stroking across, then come into center. And from here, just gently stroke the belly. Place the hands back on the belly, one on top of the other or to the side even, so you can feel that breath. Let's return to a nice easeful breath. Inhaling, allowing the belly expansion. Exhaling, allow a nice, soft, gentle release. One more deep breath with each other. Bring your arms out to the side and then let the legs come down. Moving into a nice Shavasana here. If you'd like to stay here for a long time, by all means pause the video and then just come back at the end for the closing ceremony. If you'd like to stay with me, we'll be here just for a little moment, but this is a nice place to just absorb everything and allow for an opening of the front of the body. So find yourself in this nice open position. Heart is open, belly soft. And allow the stillness to waft over you, feeling that lovely state of calm. Now very slowly start to come back into full awareness, keeping that nice soft calm breath and this lovely calm state that we're in. Draw your feet together and very nice and slowly and mindfully maybe extend your arms overhead in an inhale. With an exhale, release out the mouth and soften. Bring your arms to the side and draw your feet towards your glutes and bend your knees and roll over. Take a moment here, nice and slowly coming back, and then with a softness, with the support of your arms, bring yourself all the way back up and come back into a nice comfy easy pose. Feel the sits bones beneath you in easy pose. Feeling this spaciousness through your body that you've created, this length, allowing the body now to slowly, organically and holistically move and stimulate the digestive processes. Inhale your arms up very gently, and as softly and gently exhale, releasing through the body as you draw your hands in prayer position down past the heart and continue on to the belly, placing one hand on top of the other on this beautiful belly. Bending down your head, bow down towards the belly, honoring this center, honoring this very powerful system we have. Remembering to check in with our breath, to check in with the state of our digestive system, taking breaths, pausing, calming down, and allowing our body to do what it does best. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful day.